Hey guys, how are you? Guys, I'm sorry it's so late. It's like, ooh, the weekends are weekending. Hello, hey everyone, how are you doing? I guess we're just gonna. I mean, I'm sure people are gonna start to. I just sent a notification on Real Talk Bougie. So if you're over here from over there, welcome, 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 welcome. Make sure to hit the subscribe so you can be notified. Because I'm more than likely gonna do reactions over here, and then we'll talk about like what we were talking about before, like all, you know, this stuff started picking up in the last couple of weeks with the phone calls and everything, because of course, we've already been talking about this when this first started to happen. And so we'll still, like, I guess, talk about the case and look up and see what's going on with his, as much as we are able to look up. I don't necessarily have access to some of the things that some other tools that some other people do, because either I don't subscribe to those platforms, or that's just kind of over and above what we're doing over here. We're in, so in any case, the reactions, right? But hello to everyone. Lady Godiva, I think, was in here first. So, hey, sis, how are you? I got here second, but then Lady Godiva um, came in right after, before and after, then Jay Fox, and then Jamie. Hey, Jamie, what's going on? Hey, Jay Fox, what's up? Erica, India, Blessed Lady, Megan, LOL. How is everyone doing? Um, Hey Erica, what's going on, sis? Okay, let's get into it. So, obviously, I don't want to say a lot of stuff is going on. I see the questions that you guys ask, and it's no different from the questions that are asked, like in my comments versus other people's comments. Phone calls from prison put up two calls today, and I thought they were kind of interesting. I did want to talk about them if you guys want to react to those. I have been going through, so I got, this is what I requested from Cobb County. I have everything up until August 23rd. But what I'm going to say is this, like, I told you guys what I was thinking is happening. I saw someone mentioned it in the chat tonight over on phone calls from prison. I don't know how Ernesto is getting his phone calls. He might not even be getting phone calls. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to share like my full theory tomorrow. Um at some point, probably sometime in the morning. I'm gonna go live over on Love Lies and Lace Fronts and tell you what I think is going on. Because whether he's sharing someone else's pin, he's using someone else's hookup, like, hey, so and so, let me give you some commissary and call so and so for me. But I do think it's also a good dose of, it's been over a year and people get tired. And I almost feel like some people are getting tired of, like, entertaining, hey, can you write down this case number, hey, can you call my lawyer, hey, we've got 5 minutes, any of that stuff, right? So so just sit tight tomorrow. We will definitely be discussing something very specific, so just hang in there. But I felt like today the calls, Ernesto speaking on Sheridan was very interesting. I mean, in theory, that's his stepdaughter, even though she's obviously grown. According to a caller the other day, they said that Sheridan was an integral part of the engagement. And so once upon a time, there had to have been a good relationship with Ernesto, right? I guess it may even be worth going to look at the Essence Magazine article. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Toufe. Guys, this is funny. Some of you might not know who I'm talking about right now, but earlier I clicked on a My Jazzy Life video, and she's like, guys, we're gonna be broadcasting on multiple platforms. I'm thinking to myself, Jasmine, I don't know what in the vlogger, what in the YouTuber you think you're talking about. But do you know that people are on multiple platforms all the time? So right now, we are live on YouTube and Facebook, but typically we're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X. Okay. Poor Jazz. Exactly. Sis is like the oldest young person, or semi young. She's not a baby. Sis is over 30, but at the end of the day, it's like, ma'am, I'm gonna need for you to get with the times. This is not hard. And you don't need, I'm on one computer, and I could be live on probably 6 different platforms right now if I so choose. But I'm not. But, it's definitely possible. But sis is my God. Anyway, but yes, shouts out to Facebook. Thank you for joining us. We've got a Facebook sis with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jessica Beyonce. Yes, sis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everyone. SK Lee, Tennessee, everyone. Okay, guys. So I guess we'll do a little bit of a reaction to the video. He was talking a little bit of smack on Sheridan. It's just so inappropriate. You know what I mean? It's so inappropriate. Even though she's well into her 20s, she's a mother of two. I think she's got two baby fathers. Obviously, Shirley has made it a situation to where he can feel comfortable speaking on her daughter. And I blame Shirley for that, because if the man has respect for you and respect for your child, no matter how either adult or whatever your child is, he would never, I think he called her the B word, am I right? He's so disrespectful. But you know what? The door wouldn't, I blame her, because if he felt comfortable doing it, he was allowed to feel comfortable speaking on her to the point where it just kind of rolled off his tongue to be able to talk about her in that manner. And but yeah, Ernesto is it girl, it's awful. Um but I know a lot. So in the chat, I saw people asking about getting to current day, and I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I feel like I've talked about it a little bit, but now that I've had a chance to really kind of see for myself the information, because sir is just not, people are not picking up, people are not accepting, they're not talking. um and I wish I could show this to you guys, but it's like, I don't know, it's a weird kind of app that you have to go into. You have to transfer the file into your computer. I get it to my computer, and the fastest way that I've been able to figure out how to convert to a MP3 is to do it through my phone, through an app that I found, convert it, put it into my files. And it's like, it's so ghetto. The system that I had, and I don't know what other people are doing, but it's ghetto for me. Because it nothing like, I can play it in my computer, but it's a app that comes through this correctional facility play system. And I tested it to see if I could run it through, my current setup, so that I could like share my screen with you guys or play straight through. I would have to just let it play through my speakers and have my mic pick up. But we have dogs. I don't live alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, my husband could be walking through talking on the phone. My daughter could be walking through. The dogs could be going crazy. I don't even want to do that. So I'd rather play it through the computer, not through the computer into a mic. You know what I'm saying? So just bear with me. Anyway, yes, she's allowed it and she has participated in it. The reason why he feels comfortable is because she talks shit about her daughter. I feel very comfortable saying that. That may or may not be true. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm not in her household and I don't know how she treats her daughter, but what I'm going to say is this. She talks about her daughter, in my opinion, to the point where this man who she's married to, who's got 6 kids, who barely talks to his own kids, because we do hear about, what's this daughter's name? Is it Laverte? Lav- Girl. We know he's got Lakeisha. Uh, I don't know if her name is Laverte. I could be saying this wrong. Then he's got Lamont. Um, who's his other son? Girl, I've been trying to keep track. Um, Lamont. Is it Dion? I feel like Dre is his brother. Girl, it's a whole cast of characters. It's BC the lawyer. We got Sonia. We got Lamont, Lakeisha, Laverte, maybe Dion. It's either Dion or Dre. Uh, we have the Mrs., aka Wifey, aka Shirley. A mess. Okay. Dion, yes. Okay, so Dion, then there's Dre. He's got 6 kids. He doesn't really talk to a lot of them. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even communicate with your own kids, but you gonna put your name on my daughter. I just really also think, I'm gonna be honest, my gut instinct tells me that number one, okay, my gut instinct tells me I don't know that anything ever happened with Shirley's daughter, the grandkids. I think that when she went to the police department and they told her what they felt was up between her mother and that man, and the financial dealings and the potential fraud, and also his proclivity, his sexual fetish proclivity in his computer system, it probably scared the shit out of her, and she requested the restraining order. I could be wrong. Maybe he, I don't know. Let's just hope and pray that no kids were affected. It's just his eyes are, you know what I mean? He's more of a pervert in visuals rather than him actually doing something to harm a child. But we know that he's got some very serious charges, including the R word. Who that was, I don't know. Um, right. So I'm saying so Lamont, Dion, Dre. So Lamont is his brother. Then there's Dion. There might be a Dre too. I feel like I hear a name Dre. He also obviously he calls his brother bro, you know. There's just a lot of people, and at the end of the day, I guess just trying to figure out who is who. But I do see where he's got a lot of calls that are not being accepted, which I think is common for people who are in jail or in prison. At a certain point, it becomes expensive. It becomes also a drudgery having to speak to people who are locked up and there's not a whole lot you can do for, and maybe who are not in good spirits a lot. And also, just that burden. So, give me just 1 second. Okay, I had to make sure Farrah went to bed. It's bedtime. Okay. Um okay, let's get into a reaction. Let's try I don't know if we'll have time for both, but if you guys haven't seen this, it's over on Phone Calls from Prison, and they released a couple of calls today. So let's talk about this first one right here, right? Um
I just be working all the time, so I just be resting so that I can get up.
I swear to God, I wish that what could be erased from his vocabulary. Um, just to give you a heads up too, I don't know, StreamYard has been acting weird for me, so I'm sure you guys have been hearing me mention this over the past few days. It's been acting super weird for me, so just bear with me if for some reason something happens. We'll handle it, okay? Let's see. So, sir is obviously getting a call from Miss Sonia.
Ernesto briefly talks about Shirley Strawberry's daughter Sheridan, and they also talk about Ernesto trying to get his truck back from the police.
Hello? Yeah.
Oh, you still in the bed? You getting that ribs?
I gotta go around the corner and get some outside because my hair, the gray is just poking out. What's that about?
You what?
My hair is turning gray.
That's
No,
pretty. That's pretty.
it's pretty on you. Did you
Put on
put that?
YouTube.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
It's
I
on
don't, I don't have the color for it. You got the skin for it.
it's turning gray where?
On the side, front of my head.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
I don't want to be old yet. I'm not ready for that.
Yes, man. That shit ain't old. If you fly
How about I don't want to be a side chick? I'm just saying.
that shit match. You know what I'm saying? You got that pretty hair.
Mm-hmm.
You should be glad you got that pretty hair to work with. That wavy hair.
Yes, but you want it to be not gray. So I'm gonna dye it and slick it up.
What?
I'm gonna slick it up. I had it up this week. Because I'm growing it out. Struggles of it. Oh God, how was your night?
Struggle. Man, it was a struggle last night.
Was it? Was it because it was loud?
Because it was what?
Was it loud?
No, just, my sleep, and then we'd be locked down for 12 hours at night from 11 o'clock all the way down to 8 o'clock in the morning. Because I was used to that
Mm-hmm.
cell I was in. I could at least walk out the door. Don't
Right.
go outside now, but I can walk out the cell and walk like a corner to a corner. And then I
Mm-hmm.
can get on that kiosk and struggle to read it. But,
Right.
yeah, so here it ain't like that.
You feel like you're claustrophobic?
Huh?
Are you claustrophobic?
No, it ain't that part. Just, my mind just be racing, you know what I'm saying? You can't lay down too much and start getting depressed and shit.
Right, because you're not busy until you think about shit.
Yeah, and I don't want to think about shit. So that's
Mm-hmm.
all. Then you think about shit, you trying to get answers for the shit you're thinking about, and then
Yeah.
that depression shit. I ain't really got nothing to be depressed about, but because I ain't in here for no 7 deadly sins. But my thing is, sometimes you think about your age and think about what you're doing, think about the people you don't work with and help. Yeah, shit like that. That's all.
Right.
He's got to be out of his mind. He's just got to be out of his
Yeah, you
mind.
be questioning. You can't question God. You can't do that. You question yourself. You can't question Him. Then you be going in and out of life worse, even dealing with. Your mind be going to them places.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind go in places too.
When I was sick, I used to. But I'm kind of busy right now with all, with shit. So even though I don't do anything, because my sister's like, she's like, what you got to do? Go home, go in your room. I'm like, shut up. Because that's all I do. I go to work and then I come home and I go straight to my room. And I'm like, I do just spend all my time in my room. If I'm not at work, I'm in my room. But that was because,
I just wonder, does she live with someone? Because who lives alone? Maybe people do spend a lot of time in their room, but if you live alone, you have your own apartment, isn't your whole, I don't want to say your whole house is your room, but in theory, when you have your own place and you live alone, I don't know, is that strange? Who lives alone and spends all their time in their room? Like, don't you go in your kitchen? Don't you hang out in your living room? Don't you lay on your couch? Hey, Crystal, how are you? Hey, Miss HLS. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Is that not weird? Her room. Oh, she's uh, girl. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we're going to figure it out. Girl, why did he say 12 hours? Thank you. It was in the back of my mind. I was like, that's not 12 hours. Because when he said they lock you down for 12 hours, I was like, well, you said they lock you down and at 9 o'clock or whatever time it was, and this 12 hours? That's not 12 hours. Sir is girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, sir is not altogether there. That mm-mm.
I just be working all the time. And so I just be resting so that I can get up and go to work, right? But I said just
You know, when you live alone, your whole house, I don't want to say your whole house is your room, but when you live alone and solitude is what you're looking for, you have solitude because you have your whole own residence, right? So that's just weird that she said that. That makes me feel like she doesn't live alone.
This weekend I was gonna do something because I do just sit in my
Yeah,
room.
but you got a
You
lot.
know?
You got a lot around you to entertain yourself. You got that YouTube. I mean, you got
Well, yeah.
fun.
Okay. When I heard that earlier, you got the YouTube. Now, I haven't heard very many conversations with them talking about YouTube, but shouts out to Sonia if you're out there, girl. Hit me in my DMs or send me an email if you are out here listening to the coverage and you're like, "Oh shit, they know who I am." Girl, yes. Um okay, but at the end of the day, it's girl, are are you ready to tell your story? Are you going to start a YouTube channel? Like, girl, if Sonya is on YouTube, she already knows the ropes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyone who spends any little bit of time out here knows the deal. And if she's out here on this topic, she knows that we're talking about her. And sis, you know your calls are out. So, okay, the door is open. The door is open. Okay, hit us up. Bougie Gang wants to talk to you, sis. Are you still talking to that clown? You know he's a clown, right? We didn't have to tell you that. Hopefully you knew that. Okay. See, this loading thing, this is not YouTube. This is StreamYard. StreamYard's acting funny. Um if it continues to act funny, I've got something else we can listen to, but she may be in the bushes, right, India? It won't be the first time somebody was sitting in the bushes. When he said YouTube, it kind of like I was like, I wonder,
I mean, I made my room
is sis
comfortable, so
around?
I mean, I don't mind it because it's nice, you know.
Yeah.
So I got the patio, the skylight. You've never been over here yet.
Well, so this call right here. It's October. So let me just say this, because not everyone's listening on both channels. So this is the deal. So Ernesto obviously got to Cobb County almost a year ago, right? He's been in Cobb County. Well, we haven't looked. Well, you know what? Let me look on Cobb County website. Hold on, because I usually keep it up. Okay, that's not the what we're looking for, but he's been in Cobb County now almost a year. And keep in mind, by the time he got to Cobb County, he had been in Fulton County almost 90 days. So remember a lot of the calls from when he first got to Cobb, he was like, well, I'm almost at 90 days. And if you notice, when he goes to those bail hearings, Judge Manning sits in Fulton County. So, and he's always sitting where in the Cobb County box, right? Because he's phoning it in on Zoom from Cobb, right? Why they moved him to Cobb County is a good question. I don't know if it was overcrowding or was it he's a career criminal. So, so they may be saying, right? And maybe they just don't want him around some of the others, or maybe it's for safety reasons. I don't know why he was moved to Cobb versus being in Fulton, but he's been in Cobb County for almost a year. So when I got the file from Cobb County, it's all the way up to August 23rd. And I started from the back to the front. And from where I am, what I see is that number one, his calls are not being readily accepted by a lot of people. It made me wonder, is he cheating the system and is he using someone else's pin? Does he have friends calling for him? Because his calls aren't being registered. But one of the last calls that I listened to, it's either his brother or his son, which I think it's his brother. And he's just like, man, y'all don't even pick up on the free calls. So I'll play that for you guys tomorrow. The last call that in the file that I have, which is let me look. And I just explained the reason why I can't share my screen with this. Number one, it does have phone numbers. And I don't want to put that out obviously, but I know how to cover that up. But at the end of the day, okay, the last known call that I see, which the last registered where there's not the last call that he made, but the last call that was received, connected, and had communication. Um, let me go on. It's like, this is gonna knock your socks off. June 20th. Okay. June 20th. And it's just a series of not accepted, not accepted, inmate hung up, not accepted, not accepted, not accepted. Oh, let me see. Not accepted. There's like about 27 to um I have to see whose number this is. I have to go back through and figure out who this person is, who he's been calling. It's not Shirley's number, but there's a call where he reaches out. I guess that's his brother, and he's like, I need you to call and check on Shirley and see why she's not picking up on my phone calls. She's not even picking up on the free calls. So just hang in there. I'm gonna play that for you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when I go live on Real Talk Bougie, or I might do it over here. So just be posted up on either channel. But I'll let you hear both of those calls. That's June. Okay. Just bear with me. And then I have to convert them. You know what I mean? Like I have to do the whole, because I cannot share there's a mechanism, there's like an app that so if you were to ever get this, at least from Cobb County, this is how they do it. There's it's like an app that is attached into the disc, and that's how you play it. But um I can't share my screen where you can see it. And if I were to just play it through my speakers, it's going to bounce to the mic and the call quality would be really bad. And then also, you know what I mean? Like I live in a home with my whole entire family, so I can't guarantee like everyone's going to be quiet, and it could just come off playing super ghetto, and I'm not going to do that. So I need to convert it to a file so I can play it through the system, and it sounds, obviously the quality will be much better. So but just bear with me. I'll do that in the morning. Or I'll do it tonight and I'll have it for you guys in the morning. I may even come on some early while I'm, you know what I mean, like mom hour, like 6:30 in the morning. So just bear with me on that. I got you. Okay. And I'll tell you a little bit of what I think based on what I have at this moment. Cause obviously now it's September 17th. And when they burn this disc, Cobb County, if you say I want from the beginning of time to today, that's what you will get. So at that time, whenever they burn this, it was to August 23rd, um, is what I have. Okay. And like I said, there's like about 30. And then on the log, there are spaces where there's no number registered. That is where I believe that when he uses his iPad, the number may not necessarily register. But the last known person that I saw that he spoke to, which I think is his brother, um, he was complaining that and saying that he needed him to call Shirley because she's not picking up on her calls. And so I also was trying to cross reference with the date to see how close that was when the last time we saw him in the Zoom hearings. Okay. Because I've seen him in two Judge Manning Zoom hearings, and I'm trying to cross reference those dates. So um I'll try to have some of that research done next time I come to you guys. So that's kind of just the latest on what I've been looking at. Cobb County is making money. It's not that much money. So I'll give you guys some information. So when I so basically you get a disc, like you get an old school disc. So you request this information. It's not going to come electronic. It's going to come on a disc. Okay. So the cost for me, I paid $10. Okay. It's $5 a disc. And on it, this disc has 300 registered files. Okay. On top of the apps, right? Then I had to go to Best Buy and I had to buy a disc player because my computer is of the 2020s and it does not have a CD player in it. So I had to go buy a CD player, and therefore I could, I we have one computer that's a little bit older, but I didn't even bother, girl. That's one that's in my daughter's bedroom, and I wasn't going to mess with it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even know, and I don't want to. You know what I mean? So, so no, they're not making a lot of money. And and you have to like request it. The funny thing to me, which made me know I was dealing with the sheriff's department, this was funny. So I'll tell you guys this. I made my request, and I had like my blogger name, like Love Lies and Lace Fronts, and my email address, and my little signature that's on there, and I had a couple of links and all of the things. Thank you. I have a YouTube channel where I do reporting on a, and I'm doing reporting on this particular case. Da 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 da. And when they message, so they'll message you back and forth. Okay, we found what you're looking for. It's confirmed. Once we get the information, we'll tell you how much it costs. So they message you back, they tell you how much it costs, and then they tell you where to send your money. You can't pay online. You got to go run to the grocery store or the post office and get a cashier check or a money order. Okay. And fill it out, put it in the mail. Okay. About a week later, I got an email stating, they said, "Where do you want us to mail your request to?" Okay. And I clearly, on my document that I mailed, I put my business address, and but it was funny. And of course I had to put my name on my request, right? Along with my blog and stuff, right? But they said, "Would you like us to send it to this address or this address?" Which I thought was funny because I was like, I didn't put that address on my request, but I guess they want to make, you know what I mean? I don't know what they look up or what, but I know I gave them one address, but they gave me a choice between like my actual home address and my PO box address. So interesting, right? Um, but I mean, if I would expect anyone to have my information, I guess the sheriff's department can do quick searches of your names to figure out what's what. Anyway, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But there's so many people out here. And then of course, phone calls from prison, they were already doing this. So at the end of the day, my interest in this really is like the celebrity news, entertainment of it all, reaction videos. So, but I'm a very curious person. That's just the Virgo in me. So I need to my thing was to understand more of the story, you know and that's really most of it. But yeah, I want to understand what's going on here, and I'm eager for him to get his day in court so we can see what's really actually going on here, because some of the charges they're not going to just pull out of the air. Let him tell it. They're just creating a case on him. But the R word, CP, all of these things that he's accused of, that's not, I mean, I know there's a lot of distrust for the legal system and things like that, but I just still believe that at some point, something's got to be real, right? So everything can't be made up, right? I mean, I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are dealing with the legal system because the legal system has to deal with you because you've been out here doing the most. So I just don't believe that everything is something made up. I just don't. But at the end of the day, if his indictments start rolling in and he gets a day in court, I'm definitely here for it. So um yeah, there's definitely more to this. So let's play this one because he seems to feel like Sheridan set him up. I think they brought Sheridan into, I don't know what they did with Sheridan, and I don't know what she felt like she knew, but if she knew that her mom was worth $5 million when she met this guy, and she's living in a back room right now and doesn't have money to buy a pair of good shoes, That's a problem. When you look through Shirley's feed, Shirley likes designer bags and she likes good shoes. Okay. And if she's at the point where she can't even go buy herself a pair of shoes, she's getting her car seized at the hairdresser, that's a problem. And if that were my mother, I would be concerned. So Sheridan has every right to be concerned when I know people have said Sheridan's grandmother raised her and all of that stuff, but all of that being said, if Shirley's a single mother and she's working hard to provide a living so that her mother can help her with her child, and you know that your mom, takes good care of herself, she owns her own home, she likes her designer and her bills have been paid on time, and then since she's been with this guy, she had a home for 14 years. So obviously these evictions had to have come in the last 8 years. I need to look on TMZ to see when these evictions started rolling in, but at the end of the day, thank you. Is it Tyann? Is it Tyann or Tyann? Oh, Tian. Tian Yvonne. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Um, you would think that I would be concerned as a daughter if my mother was handling business. She may not have been rich, but she had a good job and she could do what she wanted, take a trip, all of the things. And she meets this clown, and all of a sudden, money's tight, money's missing, credit is funny, and it's bad.
But and I got really nice furniture and the nice. So it's nice. I don't, but I do need to do stuff. So I don't know. I don't do anything. Yeah, I don't do it. I just sit in my. I'm going to my son's house today, and I'm gonna cook for him. And then I said I was gonna go to the beach later when it gets cooler outside and just probably roller skate, exercise.
Is it raining now?
No, it's done. It stopped raining Thursday once the hurricane passed us.
Yeah, they talking about it's going to hurricane here. I ain't seen not one drop of rain.
No, it's not gonna hit y'all.
So tell me about that, because I didn't hear about that. I saw something about that in this chat. I think I saw someone talking about that. Now, I've got a Thanksgiving call. I think I downloaded it already. Um, where I think she was talking about going to see Black Panther. Um, how did she end up? Is that in this call where they're talking about her at dinner with Ericka? And that's Ericka Hughley? I mean, surely, what do I think about that? Just hearing about it and not having heard the call or not know too much about it. Shirley has got to feel like real, real slow and dumb right now. I hate it for her. Um, because I cannot imagine getting flim flam to this degree. But sis, wake up. Okay. I don't even know what to think. Okay. If I don't even know, I wouldn't even know what to say on that. Okay. Um, it was a dinner picture. Thank you everyone for the warm welcome. Absolutely. I need to see some receipts. So what, like Ernesto would say, what? What? I need to see some receipts. So it was a dinner picture. So are those the pictures that Chronicle Speaks had on her 2018? Is it on Shirley's feed, or where is it? And does Ericka Hughley have an Instagram? It's on Nesto's page. Okay, hold the phone, cuz if you haven't heard this call in its entirety, sis, just go right on over to phone calls from prison, okay? And it is right there, okay? Let's make a sharp left turn. We getting ready to get up off this. We getting ready to make a left, okay? 2018. So Shirley knows. Okay. Well, we know this is funny. So when Nesto got arrested, I think we heard this the other day, right? Nesto got arrested and Shirley was telling him about the past 8 years he needs to get himself together, right? Um, and then he says his co-defendant, and she goes, and he says, "You know this person?" And he says, "Yeah, Ericka, I can't pronounce her name," or whatever like that. Why wouldn't he have said, "Don't you remember we went to her house for Thanksgiving?" What? Okay, hold up. You got to be kidding, sir. They were getting all the way into it, okay? Sis looks happy. Okay, let's. All right, so 2020, that's the 5-year anniversary. So they got married 2015. So she is still prominently displayed. Who is this? Is this his son? Um Very few people can stand the pressure. Very few can understand. I would like all the prayer words for my son that got caught in a deadly crossfire. Shirley, serious. I mean, and that can happen to anybody, but damn. Uh Shirley, we're gonna have to start calling you gangsta boo, sis. Like, wait a second. It's the pink hair. Look how he's looking at her. Shirley. Shirley likes a little roughneck. Shirley likes a little bit of roughneck in her man, okay? It's just it's that's what she likes. She likes That's what she likes. Okay, so 2018 Thanksgiving. Is this it right here? What? 2018 November 22nd, and this is sister. What? Ma'am. Oh, okay. Wait. Nuh-uh. Oh, you put a fake picture on here? Hold up. So the link, mommy hush. I'm in here minding my own business and here comes the dog. Uh Ma'am. But when you click on it, okay. Who are these people? Did everyone decide that within that picture to just forget about hold up. Okay, so we know my girl Shirley, that link works. Okay, that works. I hate how it's making me go all the way through this feed. So, sis, you sat there and broke bread with this chick. Shirley, sis, you got some explaining to do. You know who Ericka King is. You sat right next to her at the table, right? Isn't this her? Even though she looks like a mess right now. Uh, what? And he's got her over here. Who's Southern City Girl? Southern City Girl, Yolanda Lewis, sis, Nesto'S Buckhead, Southern City Girl. Are you still friends with these people? What are y'all interesting? Shirley. Okay, in 2018, maybe she's gonna say she doesn't remember her, but ma'am, what do you guys think? They had a house right next door. So the house that was being investigated, look at Shirley's beautiful dress. Um, they had Shirley Nesto's luxury lifestyle. What is that? Oh, okay, sir. Uh, okay. What do you think about this? So Shirley had a rental house, and right next door was Ericka King's rental. Like, what do you think was going on? Like, did she not know that this lady was living right next door? How do you not know that Ericka King was living right next door when you sat next to her at Thanksgiving in 2018? Like, this is some weird shit. Did they have some sort of open relationship? Was she a known business partner? Like, what is really going on here? Wow, Shirley is faking. Something is up. Something is weird. Something is up. Something is like, hmm. Okay. Let's look through this feed because we've looked through Ernesto's feed. We might need to go look through that one more time. You know, we went through Shirley's Instagram feed, what, like 2 weeks ago? So this is Ernesto's feed. This is Ernesto's luxury lifestyle. There's also Ernesto's Buckhead. So that looks like a building in Charlotte, actually. Well, I'm sure they have buildings like that in Atlanta too. Like, okay, let me stop. Okay. So he's got some sort of a bus and it's pulling this Hummer. You know what? Ernesto had a lot of toys. Look at this. Is that the Rolls Royce? And then he's got a G-Wagon. I mean, Sir had a fleet of vehicles. Okay. Um, Guys, let's pivot for just a second. Let me let you guys listen to this real quick while I'm gonna bring you guys back over here to the Instagram feed, but let me let this dog out real quick because everyone in the house is asleep, okay? Or else she's going to beg the whole entire time. So let me put this on for a sec and then we're gonna pivot. We'll go back to Instagram, okay? Just give me just a second.
It hit the Carolinas real bad. That's what it did. So South Carolina, Charleston is fucked up really bad. And it's supposed to hit Charlotte, but it's not going to hit Georgia. At first, it was before it hit Florida, it was supposed to go and hit Georgia, but it didn't. They canceled homecoming today because of that, but it's not going to go through Georgia anymore.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not going to get.
I definitely know that it's gonna be it's super boring here on the weekends. 2 days would be fucking super boring. I see that. So I definitely.
Was you able to take your mail with you from the
No, they ain't sent me shit. They usually.
No. The mail that you had before the first piece of mail you got.
You talking about on the email?
No, the first letter you got from me.
I got that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm back. So, what do you guys think? That's weird. So, the night that Ernesto, okay, couple of things. When Ernesto got arrested July 5th, Shirley claims she didn't answer the phone because she didn't have any clue as to who would be calling her from the jail. Do we remember that? So, she says she didn't pick up the phone. In her apology, she said that she didn't pick up the phone because when he went missing, she didn't know who would be calling her from the jail. But it's like, Shirley, sis, what? How did you not know when he's been arrested 3 times? He's been in jail 3 times. You didn't even say arrested. He's been in jail 3 times in 8 years. Okay. That's for number one. Okay. Then he's telling you about Ericka Hughley, his co-defendant, who got a judicial bond, the UJC or whatever, bond, and she's asking you, do you know this person in the phone call when she's telling you to get your shit together, and you're trying to act like you can't pronounce her name, but sir, you were over there at Thanksgiving with her, and Shirley was sitting right next to homegirl at the Thanksgiving table. Okay. And the thing that kicked off the investigation, because Ericka King showed up to the Zoom hearing pretending to be a lawyer and pretending and using someone else's identity, using a bar number that did not coincide. She was trying to file documents. Also, there was some rental fraud type situation going on. And these two houses were sitting right next door to each other. Okay. Because we saw that. You guys know that I had reached out to Roswell. As soon as I let the dog in, I'll pull up that. I can pull up and show you guys that. I reached out to Roswell County and or the city of Roswell, and they responded back with the original press release regarding the investigation that had kicked off because of the rental fraud scheme. So hold on just a second. Let me let my dog in, and I'll be back, and we'll look at that in a second.
Yeah, I got
We'll
that.
get
Yeah,
back to
I got
this.
to see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully they'll send that other thing to you. Think about that last night. Like they should be able to forward it to you. I'm gonna check my mail. It didn't come back to me yet.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, 'cause it was, yeah, well, yeah, I got that. I got that. Yeah, I can get
So
that.
they don't have the kiosk there. They just have an iPad. Is that how you look at your mail?
Yeah, but see, in this phone right here, they don't, what they have here, I'm in the, like, the beginning stage, so they got iPad, but they don't have emails. So they got telephone on, but you can't hardly hear the shit. But they got games on it, so it ain't that advanced. So I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
get to the honor dome, then that way I can be around some real grown folks. And it's like more advanced there. So I can get the pictures through the kiosk. I mean, not kiosk, but the iPad. But see, you could be keeping so much in their room, they don't share. The kids in here.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Another thing I thought of, you know how Shirley's always saying, I didn't want to go in because I know they're going to try and trick me and make me say something. And like, how can they trick you and make you say something if you don't know anything? You know what I'm saying? Not saying she needed to go in, but how can people trick you into saying something you don't know? I mean, you've been living with this man for a long time. You got to know something. You had to have seen something. You had to have thought something. And at the end of the day, you know who Ericka King is because sis, you're sitting next to her at the damn Thanksgiving table. Okay. All right, let's go back to Instagram. Do you guys want to stay on this? Like you guys already saw this call, right? Let's go over here. This is juicy. Oh my God. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna find the letter. So Nesto, this is Nesto's luxury lifestyle page. Let's see if there's any clues over here. Okay, so here he is with the Bentley poster. Are they on some sort of vacation? Were they on a ski lift? Were they in Aspen, Colorado, somewhere? Okay. He's flying a drone in the house. Okay. He's playing Rick Ross and Drake. Tom Cruise. Sir wants to be an action hero. He wants Denzel's son to play him in a movie. I don't, Shirley, is he going to let the drone go outside? Look at this patio with the fireplace outside. Very nice. Um, they must be at some sort of ski resort, but it's not snow season yet. Or maybe it is. Uh, they could be in Utah, anywhere. Very, I mean, okay, Mr. Luxury Lifestyle. Okay. 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 Some sort of Kool-Aid in a very clean glass. I'm just joking. Um, okay. He's Sir is into Rick Ross, as we can see. Surely, if you guys don't have credit and you guys are getting evicted from places, these Rolls Royce footage outtakes are not really that impressive. Like, make it make sense. So they're at some sort of car show. Red G5 or G-Wagon. Okay. We know that's not his. Okay, Crystal, who are you? 14. Is that the lady from Why does that anyone watch Country Wayne? Does that not look like what's her name from Country Wayne? I'm maybe that's not her. Crystal Bankhead. Okay, Crystal Bankhead. Huh. Rolanda. You guys, does anybody watch Country Wayne? Doesn't she look like Rolanda from Country Wayne? Living his best life, spending all of Shirley's money. Okay? Okay. You know what I'm saying? He's Sir's under investigation. They're trying to figure out are the dollars making sense? And you know what I'm saying? To anybody out here, if your dollars make sense, no one's going to bother you. If your dollars don't make sense, or if somebody has been arrested and they feel like something isn't making sense, then they are going, you know what I mean? Like you very well could find yourself under investigation, I guess, right? Maybe he thought that having a wife who has some notoriety was going to be a good cover. Finally, we see Shirley in 2018. The wedding. Okay, anniversary picture. He's fascinated with Rolls Royces and all of us. And oh, was he heavy? I mean, clearly. What the hell, Nesta? You got yourself. You was a little bit thick there, huh? What is that? A luxury RV? Some sort of one of those $1 million RVs? Okay. Interesting. But the real situation was Nesto's Buckhead, huh? Okay. I mean, he would post up his anniversary pictures, but this whole time he's been seeing Sonia. I wonder if Sonia might be here in the comments, guys. She may not be here with us this moment, but Sonia could definitely be in these comments somewhere. Uh okay. And clearly he had Ericka Hughley right up in her face. Okay. Look at Cheryl Underwood. Okay. Young Jock. I don't even know who that is. Uh there's Mississippi Monica. Okay, Mississippi Monica. Uh-huh. The executive producer over there at the Steve Harvey show. There she is. Little Scrappy. Sheridan's daughter. I'm sure Sonya's Instagram isn't going to just be Sonya, but I would not be surprised if she's right in our face right now. You know what I'm saying? You think she's snitching? Who's snitching? It's killing him looking uh at those pics now. She got grandkids and she has no stable home. Evictions. Wow. Evictions. They say that the house that she had in LA, I'm sure it was not, she lived in kind of like, cute little bungalow type house. That it seemed as though according to, I can't even, there's so many people reporting on this, I can't even give the proper credit. What I saw was that when her house was sold um in LA, it was sold under value. This is allegedly, I'll just say that because I hadn't seen that document. Um, it was sold under value. So July 28th, 2020, that's her birthday. Um, and after that, it seemed that they were renting. Me and Cotton Candy just making moves as usual. Stay positive, triple OG Nesto. Perfect grammar, Shirley.
All right, well, happy belated birthday. Thank you. Hey, it's good to see you. Y'all be about to do what? Huh? She about to do what? She's about to do what? Cook. Oh.
Okay.
We're going to keep it gangster. I'm out here in San Diego out here. Where they're getting down on these big boy toys here. This is exactly how I like to get out. Exactly how I like to get down.
So this is in 2020. He says, I want to thank all my sponsors who believe in me with my vision. My very first bulletproof. My very first bulletproof. Let me let it play. My very first bulletproof Humvee to my specs, my touch. I want to take my brand to the next level for this next wave pandemic so I can offer something to my high profile clients, something different and safe. It has 5-inch thick material around the whole entire exterior, including windows. It will be shipped to Atlanta today and get there on Tuesday. If you would like to see it in person, DM me. I will have my top lieutenant salesman, Narco, to properly introduce the new future. Wise words from Triple OG. No matter what your vision and goals are, stay focused until the end to be able to fulfill your goals and dreams, to capitalize on your future, because no one will ever understand you completely until the vision is completed. That's why with my material things, I use them globally as a platform for people to see and know, to know that anything is possible when they touch it and feel it in person. Sometimes you got to fumble and stumble to get to the next level. This is the people who gave up on them. This is for the people who gave up on themselves. It's okay. Just ask God for forgiveness and everything will be just fine. Okay? It'll be fine. It'll be fine, guys. FIND. Happy Memorial Day and stay safe. Okay. My God. Interesting, huh? Why am I feeling like Sonya is right in front of us right now? Is this his daughter? This is his youngest granddaughter. She graduated. Um, okay, let me see what you guys are saying. How iconic that he is a bulletproof. Mm-hmm. Stumbled right into jail. Everything will be fine. Okay. Everything, how about everything will be found? That's, I mean, if Shirley wants to know why they picked up her vehicle, it's because, oh, look at Dr. Did you guys see Dr. What's his name from Married to Medicine? Hold up. Look, what's his name? That's not Quad's husband. That's what's her name's husband. The other one. Not Quad's. That's Toya. That's Toya's husband, right? Were they over there at Ernesto's shop? A throwback moment for the Kings of Atlanta from Triple OG. Are they in his shop? I feel like I remember this episode. So was this remember that? Okay, we gonna skip on that, girl. um some people can't be helped. So I want so quad that was all the husbands there. That was that was I can't even think of any of these ladies' names. Well, I saw whose husband wasn't there. Mariah's husband wasn't there because Mariah's husband stayed at the emergency room. Okay. There was Dr. Jean. Then there was I can't even think of their names. I haven't watched that show in a while. But yes, that was all the husbands. That was like season 1, season 2. Um okay, let's keep going. Nesto's Buckhead. I didn't go this deep into his Instagram. Look at this. You're just a black man with a Rolls Royce. They're just hating on you. Shirley, be quiet, okay? I want to share with the world my best friend called me today and told me it was my season again because he's seen me operate more effectively during difficult times, similar to what we are getting ready to experience a super financial crisis. Something will turn people against each other to save our own lives. What I did in the past recession in 2008, I encouraged my employees that we had to stick together no matter what. God gave me the ability to sacrifice myself to stay stronger than the average person. This guy thinks he's a damn superhero. He is a narcissist. He feels like he is superly able, okay? He's more than able to stay stronger than the average person to push. We as a people are more powerful as a unit. Keep the negativity off around you. That is the best positive thing you can do in this trying time. Information is free. Research things. We sure are researching things for ourselves. Research things for yourself and don't go off what other people tell you or what you hear. Okay. Okay, sir. I'm feeling like Sonya is up in these comments somewhere. Okay. That's okay. Okay, Shirley. Mm-hmm. She's in the comments. She's gotta be. Um, so that was January 9th. We know they got engaged on her birthday and they got married on his. Um, he and that girl have been friends now for 3 years, right? If they're still even speaking. Let's see what you guys are saying. Wait until you get that November 3rd, 2017. Yes, I saw it. Let's go. Let's go get there. He's got a thing for these Rolls Royces. Okay. All right. I don't know why it keeps slipping off. Who is this? One of his granddaughters? Okay. All right. Let's go down. For any of you guys just coming in. So, I mean, this is the thing that I can say. Shirley is definitely posted up, right? So he's not one of these guys who's not posting up his wife, but we also know that she's also part of his credibility. That makes him feel important. Look at Shirley. Shirley is posing over here like she is Shirley's feeling something right here. He's got his little suit on. He's checking her out. She got her body tight. They have their decor looking very Restoration Hardware. I mean, they look like they went into look at this behind them. Any of you guys who are familiar with that Restoration Hardware aesthetic, they went into Restoration Hardware and did like we just okay. And they, you know what? In all fairness, they might be standing in Restoration Hardware at the moment. Who knows if that's at their house or they're over there at Restoration, but it's giving Restoration Hardware. Um, let's see. And then he's tagging Ericka King right here. Hold on, let me make this big. But when we clicked on Ericka King's name, it takes us somewhere different. Oh, okay, Ericka King. Hey, Ericka. Oh, okay, sis.
Keep moving. Can't worry about what nobody's saying. What they
Uh-uh.
talking about. They talk about Jesus, right? What they say about Jesus?
You know, they talk about Jesus.
And what else?
And, you know, and Jesus told them, let the dead bury the dead.
Let the dead bury the dead. You keep it moving. You got goals, and if you start with your dreams, you're gonna be done.
Right? Only dead fish go with the flow.
That's right. I keep it moving.
Yeah.
No matter what. You know, my people told me, my little one told me, she said, don't let nothing stop you. Not even her. I gotta respect that.
So she's driving a Bentley.
Good, how you doing?
I get myself together. I've been up for a minute.
I know. Good to see you.
How you too?
Good to see you.
How you doing? Okay.
Okay, I see what you mean now.
What I mean?
Get out of Atlanta.
Oh yeah, you just can't stay. You gotta keep moving. Can't worry about what nobody's saying. What they
A mess.
About. They talk about Jesus, right? What they say about Jesus?
Okay, guys.
You know, they talk about Jesus.
And what else?
And, you know,
Hey, bro, I did not know you did hot shots. Hit me up. I've been in business since my Navy days. Bulletproof friendship. Bulletproof friendship.
No matter what.
Ernesto, you cannot claim to not know this woman. Hey, Ernesto, it says 230 weeks ago on April 20th, 2019, it says bulletproof friendship. I always encourage my friends to take their game to the next level. Keep dreams alive at Ericka King. Okay. With her Chanel Jumbo, black on black, getting out of your Bentley. I don't know if she's Burberry head to toe. She's got on her Gucci shades. Some sort of radio that they're communicating with, some sort of walkie-talkie system. He's got on his hip. She's got attached to her bag right here. And he's got a matching one. Some sort of walkie-talkie. We don't even do phones type system. Okay. Interesting, right? Okay. Interesting. Nesto'S. Okay. He was doing too much. And then he's got a boat. I mean, excuse me, a boat. He might have a boat, girl. He's got a bus. This young man, I'm very proud to call my friend. Okay. What father and son can look into each other's eyes? Okay. Anyway, here's Thanksgiving again, guys. I mean, this is the deal. This was what was I need to find that call. He said, we'll go to it. Let's go to that and listen to that again because Shirley pretended like she didn't know who this lady was. Y'all, this is Ericka King right here at the dinner table with a host of other people, Posh Politics, Southern City Girl, Davy L. Jackson, Ericka King, and my girl Shirley. Okay. Southern City Girl says thank you both. Okay. Miss Preach 13, Posh Politics. Who is that? Their account is now private. Jay the Barber. Okay. Um, I'm just trying to figure out how he says he couldn't pronounce Ericka's name, and Ernesto didn't say who? What? The lady you were sitting next to at the dinner table on Thanksgiving 251 weeks ago? And then he said, um, in another post that their friendship was bulletproof. Miss Fanny got her assistant on this video taking notes and timestamps. This deep dive is definitely going to fuck him over. Um, Roswell, I'm sure, is watching you too. I mean, I can't say that for facts, but the internet has become a huge part in people's in the shit show. When it starts to come undone. uh what? Mhm. He's saying shh. Okay. Obviously I think Shirley was definitely some sort of cover. She's providing some sort of cover, but this guy enjoys. I wish he would have actually vlogged more. Look at him and Sheridan. Okay. Do you guys want to finish up that call that we were listening to? And then let me see. Let me look this up really quick. I know we broke apart from like the regularly scheduled what we were going to talk about, but hey. Let me see. All right, all right, share screen. Okay, let me move this out the way. Okay, so I have this posted in a short, but maybe okay. Let's see. Okay, so wait, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I roll it the right way because and thank you. I think someone just sent me a super chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Um, okay, let's look at this. I just want to make sure I roll it the right way because it's not redacted and it has some of my personal information on it. Because girl, you write something to the police, they're going to reach you back and they're gonna use your good government name. Okay. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So they said, dear, Love Lies and Lace friends, the Roswell Police Department has received your request for information regarding Ernest Williams' investigation. Below is the copy of the original press release from last year. As this is an open investigation, pending prosecution, we will not be sharing any additional information or providing additional interviews at this time. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. So Roswell police makes okay. Roswell police makes arrest in fraud scheme, search for additional victims. So they released this on October 25th. The Roswell Police Department has made multiple arrests in extensive $1 million fraud scheme and is looking for more anticipated victims. In early June of this year, Roswell detectives began an investigation into reported rental fraud at a property in the 900 block of Pine Grove Road. You guys have all seen that. If you've seen the news stories, then you will have seen that, right? As the investigation progressed, detectives uncovered an extensive fraudulent business scheme that resulted in the arrest of 57-year-old Ernest Williams, aka Nesto, by most associates and also known as Nesto by most associates and victims, as well as 46-year-old Ericka King, aka Ericka Hughley, or Ericka Hughley Rothschild. Both were arrested and booked into the Fulton County Jail on a host. On a host. I'm just going to say it one more time because I love the use of that word. On a host of fraud, forgery, and theft charges. While their criminal acts are broad, a huge portion of their efforts focused on running shell companies, many devoted to business growth, development, and coaching. Williams and King would draw in victims with the anticipation of growing their brands, missions, and life goals, and receive significant payments for goods and services that were never provided. Detectives had uncovered over a dozen victims with a combined monetary property loss exceeding $1 million and believe there is a strong likelihood that others have been taken advantage of by Williams and King as well. If you have any additional information, blah, blah, blah. And as you can see, so it's signed Officer Lupo, but I initially sent my request to Officer Fields, and I think it says something about her on here. Does it say Officer Fields? Yes. If you have any additional information, regarding and you've been victimized by Ernest Nesto Williams or Ericka King, please contact Officer Fields. Okay. All right. And that's it. And that's all. Okay. Okur. I'll have to look it up because Love Lies and Lace Fronts is my news. Real. Oh, you're so sweet. Don't make me your only news because sis, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in my house just like you guys are. I'm not a journalist or anything. I'm just nosy. Okay. And you know, I mean, this is a very interesting story, right? Um, it's a very interesting story. Shirley, for sure. Shirley, I mean, like, let's be real here. Let me reshare my screen again. Because it shares from two different ways. Shirley, look, we don't know what Shirley knew for sure. Let me just run my banner. Okay. We don't know what Shirley knew for sure, but one thing we do know is that Ericka King was sitting next to her at Thanksgiving in 2018. So that phone call from prison on Phone Calls from Prison channel where Shirley is telling him to get his shit together because in the past 8 years he's been to jail. He's been to jail. She didn't say you were arrested. She said you've been to jail 3 times already. And did we not hear him this evening in one of the calls say how he had spent 13 years fed and state time? How are you 57? You've spent 13 years on top of 13 years in fed and local or fed and state, right? Then on top of that, you've been married for 8 years. So, like, this man has been doing this since his 20s, where he's been getting into trouble, which is why they put that thing on him as being a career criminal, right? Um, it's very interesting, right, J Fox? He said his friendship with Sister Girl is bulletproof, okay? He says, enjoying a beautiful sunny day with my daughter, Sheridan, a true lady boss. But you were calling her a bitch on the phone to your side chick. Look at Shirley looking like she's going to a 20s, some sort of 20s party with that, with her Gucci, her extra large Gucci bag and matching red shoes Shirley, like normally Shirley's very nicely dressed. I'm not into that outfit right there. Hey, that's what's her name? Toya Bush. Yes. So maybe he was friendly with these people. Oh, y'all. I'm sorry. You didn't. Why is he there with Toya Bush? Okay. There's him and Shirley. Sorry I wasn't sharing before. My bad, y'all. Is that his son, the one that got shot? Shirley, Shirley, Shirley. That bank account. So this is the ring that they took back. They got their nice watch games going, and Shirley has a very hefty, very, very VVS. Okay. Very sparkly, very shiny, very expensive. I'm just kidding. Um, okay. That he had to put a $20,000 and okay, and a necklace to go with it. I missed that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Huh, huh, huh. I mean, it's nonstop Rolls Royces with these two. Everything will be okay. Okay, Nesta. Ah.
Forgiveness. Ask yourself to forgive others who have done wrong to you. Ask yourself to go out and ask people to forgive you what you have done to them. Happy Sunday. Get out here and enjoy nature.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Ask yourself to forgive others who have done wrong to you. Ask yourself.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to. Oh my God. Vehicle's gone. Toya Bush, we need you to speak up. Okay. Excuse me, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, what do you know? Look, I'm sending out YouTube Streets. I'm doing a YouTube Streets question and answer. I need to know, Lil Scrappy, what did you know? Young Jock, I'm asking you to come to the microphone, please. Kevin Hart, sir, excuse me, what do you know? What's going on here? Look at him over there over to the job. Mm-mm-mm. Look at his bus. Is that everything? Of course not. Of course there's more. Is that his daughter? Or is that Sheridan? No. Is that Sheridan?
Now what step? Come on. Let you see what's going on here. This is the barber shop. We're keeping it moving.
Oh, he's got the barbershop in the RV.
How you like it? Yeah, it's hot. All right. So they're gonna put these molds and all this up. They're gonna cut all this up and put it in the wall. You know, this gonna be mirrored up same way. So it's gonna be pretty hot.
I see the vision. I see the vision.
I got a little bright cottage. but I'm still moving, still getting to the money, doing what I do. Nesto.
Mm-mm.
I want to thank this beautiful city, Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. That's exactly where I'm from.
So his sons look just like him. Uh it's like I hate to click on anything because all some of these Instagram are dead. So this doesn't look like it's going anywhere. That one doesn't look like it's anything. That one. Okay. Girl, look at sis. Okay. With the Gucci bag, Gucci sunglasses, okay? Erica King. I've been up for the past 24 hours pulling all the winners together to build a dream team for the future standing here beside me, the queen of the South, La Reina del Sur. You know that is, you guys, there's a famous telenovela, La Reina del Sur. It's about a South American drug dealer, La Reina del Sur, which is the queen of the South, okay? The Queen of the South, Miss Ericka King. Okay. Okay. Okay, sis. Okay. Interesting. Here she is again. Okay. Hmm. Y'all. Where's Judge Neil? Judge Neil will eat him. Judge Neil is not playing. Girl. Oh, Jesus. Okay. And her when you click on that Instagram, it delivers nothing. It takes you to it goes to a private Instagram page with a white couple. So that could be her Instagram and maybe she's using a phony baloney picture so people don't know that that's, you know what I mean? So people will just be like next, maybe that's not it, right? Shirley, I'm so sorry, sis, but there's no way that you can say you don't know who Erica King is. Okay. Have we seen enough? Um, we're not going to even finish the call we were listening to at the first part. If you want to listen to that, go over to Phone Calls from Prison. It's obviously posted. And have you guys ever seen? It's a telenovela called La Reina del Sur. And I think they did it to an American kind of like TV series. I don't know like what channel it's on, but it was very, very popular. Um, like telenovela. And any of my people who, know anything about the telenovelas, you know exactly what I'm talking about with that. Um, okay. Sir has an appetite for Rolls Royces. Look at that. Wow. Now that's nice. Is that his too? Okay, that might be a car show. These two and the cars. This guy wants to be a damn superhero so bad. So bad, real bad, okay? She did a Wendy. She turned I mean, Wendy knew that Kelvin was a joke, okay? Hey, we gonna go down to the marina. We're gonna go down to Santa Monica, and I want you to set up the camera. Or, hey, Shirley, I'm gonna go down to Santa Monica. I'm gonna set up my tripod, and I'm gonna film myself running in slow motion for my YouTube. Okay, I'll see you at lunchtime. Okay, okay. Who is this very tall man? Ralph Sampson, Houston Rockets. Okay. Wow. Sir is tall. Okay. Let's listen to Ericka. Let's listen to Shirley pretend like she doesn't know who Ericka is and hear Nesto act like he can't pronounce her name when he called her his future, his business partner, the queen of the South, all of the things. And this is all featured on your damn Instagram. Okay. There's Ericka King right there. She's in at least 3 or 4 pictures, right, guys? Shirley wears nothing but Christian Louboutins. Okay. Well, she might not be wearing them now, but she definitely has, oh my God. Michael Chiklis from The Shield. Anybody ever watch The Shield? Oh, it's okay. Um, Someone said how I missed The Shield. The Shield was such a good show. Anthony Anderson. If you're ever looking for something really good to watch, a nice long series, it was like about 5-6 seasons. Anthony Anderson was in it. The Shield is so good. So good. It was probably highly rated around the same time as The Wire. So if you were watching The Wire, you would love The Shield. It's giving The Wire, but it took place in LA and it was more from the cops' point of view. But Anthony Anderson was like a boss in his neighborhood, and it was a very good show. Okay, here he is with Steve. Okay. In front of an instant billionaire, okay? In front of an instant billionaire, he told me today, can't nothing hold you back now but yourself. 3 years ago, he approved of me to marry his co host and friend. Well, here we are 3 years later, and he is still sharing with me his wisdom and knowledge of being a great businessman. It's a shame that I am standing by this man alone without certain members of my team to help me build my brand. This former team member lets other people influence them to believe that my way of conducting business was wrong or I was a villain. I won't ever give up. That's why I'm still standing and others aren't. This is what you get when you believe in your dreams. To see his energy towards my brand only confirms that I'm about to change the game like never before. Element of surprise is coming your way. Thank you again. I am Steve Harvey. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Girl, I'm gonna have to give one of these.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
And you know I gotta do one of these.
My man, bitch. Oh, don't try to read me out.
And my man, thank you to my man. And my man.
Okay, I'm not going to. I know I just killed some of you guys' ears, but it's gonna be okay. I had to wake y'all up. It's almost 11 o'clock. Interesting. Okay, Steve. Oh, you signed it? I have been keeping strong in my faith for what God has planned for me. My brand, my legacy, my hustle have all led me to this momentous moment with a titan. No fear, no turning back. Okay. Dre and Michelle. He runs into everybody. Okay. Not that he's jumping into pools with a wet t-shirt. Sir has lost his mind, official. Okay. Where were they, in Dubai? Oh, maybe they were in Dubai, 2017. Okay. Shirley took you on a business trip to go see the fam, to go see the Steve Harvey Morning Show in Dubai. Okay. Oh, yes, yeah. Is that yes, they're in Dubai. Okay. Yes. At first I was like, are they in Vegas over at the Venetian? But no, they are in Dubai. Absolutely. Okay. Mhm. Look at someone here in the comments is talking about nice big bro. I'll definitely donate you some of my services for clients. DM me. Can't wait to get back to Dubai this week to meet my investors. Closing old doors can bring new and better opportunities. Just keep believing in your brain. Just keep believing in your brain, guys. Okay, hold on. It's the lack of the just keep believing in your brain as well as yourself, even if you have to stand alone. But yeah, he said he couldn't wait to get back to Dubai. Get back to Dubai. I'm sorry, the New Jersey comes out sometimes. I can't wait to get back to Dubai this week to meet with my investors. Okay. What kind of truck is that? What? What?
This is for you haters.
Oh, okay. Ernesto is
This is
funny.
for you haters.
Sir is always setting up a camera somewhere. Everything is a photo shoot. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Look at Shirley with the blonde hair. These two were living La Vida Loca. Okay. Okay. Let me go back over here. Let me find the I want to hear Shirley tell him to get his shit together. And I want to hear him purposely mispronounce his best friend, his business partner, the future of the business. Um, okay. That's what I wanna that's what I wanna hear. Hold on a second. Okay, this isn't it. Do you guys remember when that was? I feel like that was Friday. So that was yesterday. Okay. That was like the bombshell. 7 days ago, 10 days ago. Okay, hold on a sec.
You know.
Yeah, and I know people don't
What's today?
people
Today's
they
Sunday.
care
I
they
feel like
like,
this was
but a lot
not
of
the
people don't
call.
like what they like.
This can't be it. It was the night that call had me rolling. Um This can't be it because this was just too. Maybe this is it.
So
A lot.
okay, well, what's next? What else is
Okay,
next?
here we go.
You said no, all what you're saying is valid.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
get this stuff taken care of. Warren, you got to get this stuff taken. Listen, this is what I mean by that. You how you move all around the city and all that kind of stuff, you know. You know what I'm saying? And your stuff is in order. That's why you got picked up, because you have warrants. You got to get this stuff taken care of. That's what I'm talking about. You got to get expunged. That's what I mean.
Right,
okay?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we've been married 8 years. You've been to jail, what, 3 times in 8 years?
Unbelievable.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to get this stuff taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. It's just enough. I can't. A lot on me. It's a lot on you too. I know, but this is a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a whole lot. So let's get whatever you have to get expunged. Take care of it. Write the stuff down and take care of it. Get it taken care of.
Okay. That's
You
not
know,
a
I mean,
problem.
is that fair? That's
No,
fair,
no, no,
right?
that makes sense. That makes sense. No, all what you're saying is valid. You're
Yeah, I
absolutely
mean,
right.
when we got together, you asked me about my credit. I didn't know about my credit, but yeah, get your stuff together. Get your record expunged. Find out if you have warrants. All this kind of stuff
Well,
that needs to be.
first of all, I didn't know I had none because my radio it tells me if we got warrants and everything. So, and I
What radio is he talking about? He said my radio. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hold on. Please, girl, please, too much. Um, welcome to the chat. Welcome, everyone. Let's see. Shirley is the queen. You think Shirley is the queen, Ben? She's the brain behind this. So she's the brain playing silly and slow. Because Shirley is playing slow for sure. Okay. All right. Shirley is the queen pin. He said Ericka was. They can't pay rent for more than 3 months straight, but we hating. Ernesto needs to stop. Um, okay. So let's talk about this real quick. You guys know Dana Chanel. All of us. So did you guys hear about this? Someone sent this to me and I went and looked it up. So Dana Chanel, we'll talk about this tomorrow morning. She's got a real nice looking husband. They are on Instagram, girl. They're always praying, praising the Lord, everything. She has some sort of makeup company. And she basically they said that she was grifting out here, like running a scam, offering services, never coming through. I was in shock. Her name is really like Casey Oliveira or something like that, but then it's like her name is Dana Chanel on YouTube and Instagram, and sis has to pay like almost $90,000 back to people in services that were never rendered for people on the internet. Have you guys heard about this? I was shocked. But she gets on there like she reminds me of what's her name? Adrian Bylon. Okay? Yes, Dana Chanel. There's a bunch of well, I mean, there's a bunch of people we could talk about. What's her name? Ashley Grayson. There's that other girl, the other credit repair lady in Houston. Um her video is down below. Dana Chanel was into some stuff. Like there's been some mess going on. The Dana Chanel case just got settled the other day, but this is a mess. So what did we learn tonight, guys? Number one, we saw the document from Roswell. Roswell said that this all kicked off at the 900 block of Pine Grove Road with the rental scheme. Ericka King, Ericka Hughley, all of the things. He tries to play like he doesn't even know who this lady is. Meanwhile, sis is featured all up and down his Instagram over years. She's sitting over there at Thanksgiving. She's sitting over there getting out of a Bentley. She's sitting there. There's 3 or 4 occasions that we saw her featured on his Instagram. He knows her. One of which Shirley is sitting right next to ma'am at Thanksgiving dinner or some sort of lunch or brunch with some very nice looking people from Atlanta, okay? Doing business, breaking bread, having a meal. Stop it. DJ Envy doing what? Okay. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yes. I always want to say Anne Marie, but Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Allegedly, right? Girl, Ashley Grayson, girl, she's well, we've talked about that here. I've talked about that twice, but this story kind of bubbled up like it bubbled up in the past 3 weeks. So I haven't circled back to some of the other cases. But if you dip down, obviously not in the Ernest and Shirley playlist, there are some. I'll share some. So any of you guys who are new here and you don't know what we've covered on Real Talk Bougie, I'll share them for you guys to go and get into. And we'll have to circle around because obviously this isn't the only story going around, but there obviously is stuff going on and plenty to talk about. There's been lots of shenanigans taking place on this internet for a good period of time. So, this case is just extremely juicy. Like, it's just hard to kind of break away because there's so much going on. And I think we started to talk about this the other day. um it's I always kind of start to wrap up on this part. It's the phone calls, right? It's the phone calls. It's the strawberry letter of it all. There's a whole advice guru out here who's giving advice to the people on a radio show, and sis is a whole basket case. Okay, there is the romance, the love triangle, and the deception, the dishonesty, the playing in the faces, right? Sir is a whole certified felon. He spent 13 years in jail in total between federal time, state time. Within the marriage of 8 years, he's been arrested 3 times. So I'm assuming that this would be his fourth. There is the Ericka Hughley King Rothschild, fake attorney going to a Zoom trial of it um, all of that nonsense shenanigans. There is Roswell, there is Cobb, there is Fulton, there is everywhere. There is a lot. Did we even mention Sonia? I guess we said the love triangle. There is Sonia and just the paralegal legal advice, girl. And then just this family dynamic, this extended, very overlapping, blended family situation. Um, that seems to be like nonstop, can't stop, won't stop. And then, we're looking through this social media and there's just a cast of like Ernest doesn't seem to meet a stranger. He seems to be a very friendly guy and wants to shake hands, take a picture, and post up with just about everybody. And sir is as phony as a $3 bill. Okay. What's going on here? Let's hear him pretend that he doesn't know who Ericka Hughley is, and let's hear Shirley. I mean, he didn't say Ericka Hughley, so she may not have put two and two together, but she's got to know who Ericka is. That's his homegirl.
I got to go put them on a counter suit now because I'm calling before I even moved. Do I have anything on me? So they're saying that they never had none. So you understand what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, I get it.
So now I had to go counter suit because that was incorrect information they was giving me.
Right. So that's good.
Is he one of these guys who's always trying to sue the government? He said he's going to have to go for a countersuit. What are you talking about? Can you believe Ericka Hughley, who's the chick who stepped out the Bentley in the Burberry looking ensemble? This is her. I don't know what happened, but she does not even look the same, but that is her mugshot. So I guess with no lace front wig, no makeup on, and looking like extra busted. I don't know what's going on. Then there's Ernesto's booking photo. I mean, this is a whole mess. This is a absolute whole mess.
That's good because that didn't sound like you to just be moving around knowing you have outstanding stuff. It didn't sound like you, but it is what it is. Yeah. If you need your attorney to look into it, just get it taken care of. That's all. Because this is, you don't need to be out here, it's a lot. It's just a lot.
Okay, well, now what's next? What else done kicked off?
Oh, nothing.
Are you sure?
Shirley likes posting up, taking pictures, stepping out, dressing a certain type of way. Shirley, I don't think signed up for this silliness. I think Shirley enjoys having a husband, her companionship, going out to lunch, going out to these galas and things like that. But as far as the shenanigans that he's into, clearly she's not into it. I think that, and that's just, you know, obvious from last week, as far as her saying that she's distancing herself. But just like Jeezy filed for divorce in Fulton County, like, sis, have you filed papers yet? Because I don't know that it's like, I'm certainly not pushing for anything, but if you say divorce proceedings, I wonder what she meant by that. Is it divorce proceedings as in I called a divorce lawyer, or paperwork will be hitting the courts, sooner than later? Because once those papers hit the court, we're all going to see what she puts on these documents. So, unless she's able to do something kind of, more private and confidential, considering the fact that he's been in jail for over a year, I do not know. But I'm interested in knowing, like, sis, you said you're filing divorce. Like, have I'm sure people have been searching for those documents to see if it's even been filed yet. So, because proceedings could be anything, right?
Oh, I mean, what's his winning rate more so?
Oops.
Huh?
Stuff. It didn't sound like you, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, if you need your attorney to look into it, just get it taken care of. That's all. Because this is, you don't need to be out here, it's a lot. It's just a lot.
Okay, well, now what's next? What else done kicked off?
Oh, nothing.
Are you sure? Yeah, you don't tell me about so much.
Yeah, I tell you more than you tell me. And then when I tell you stuff, then you just take it someplace where it don't even need to go. Now we don't even have a house because of stuff. Well, you wanted to get out of there. I just kept hearing about the bugs and blah, 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 blah. You wanted to get out of there. But we left and we didn't even have a sure place to go. And I knew better than that.
Okay. All right. Well, you got it.
I agree, Tammy.
You got it. Well, let's see what's going on in the next quarter then. The next quarter.
That was poor planning. Poor planning.
We'll see what the next quarter got for us.
And then the movers just threw my stuff in there.
Okay.
It's no kind of organization.
What you gonna do?
No kind of organization.
I want to hear that part. So while you talking,
what?
I've been hearing.
What?
So what you gonna do when God bless you with more?
God bless you.
I wish you would shut up.
You best to believe it. Bam. For real.
Mm-hmm.
In this next clip, Sonia starts by asking Ernesto what his lawyer's winning rate is.
You can't be moving around. You can't be.
Do you guys remember? I feel like that was recently when he talked about Ericka Hughley, and he basically mispronounced her name. Okay, we'll have to find that when we regroup tomorrow, but we're like right at 2 hours already. So we've done and seen a lot. We actually we started with one call, went into another, went over to the Instagram, looked at some stuff. India, you were saying we needed to talk about what? She's worried all her life and she's worked all her life and doesn't. Yeah, I know, it's sad. I mean, I hope that she, look, I don't know. Whatever happens for her happens for her. I don't even want to hope and wish for anything, because at the end of the day, let's also say this: Steve Harvey, Carla, Tommy, all of these people have worked hard for their careers too. Oh, Jeannie Mai, yes, it's on my list. These people have all worked hard for their careers too, and to be affected and taken down because Shirley has decided to be slow and silly, that's going to be on her. So I don't even want to, you know what I mean? Like, whatever happens for Shirley, I wish her the best. I'm going to put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if her keeping her job costs other people their good jobs, or, puts everything in a bad light, yeah, they're going to cut and run. If what Shirley has going on right now is no bueno, then they're going to have to let her go. I mean, he's got a lot going on, and she should have handled this like at the beginning of the year when she kind of knew, and the police kept calling her and wanting to tell her, like, sis, this is not good, this is not good, but you were not really willing to distance yourself. And even your daughter said, I'll risk leaving my mom behind because I need to make sure me and my kids are safe. I have a lot more respect for Sheridan as a mom and a woman, making that decision to give you your space. You know what I mean? We can look at it that way, that Sheridan decided for herself she wanted to protect her kids, herself, and she gave you the space and opportunity to make the decisions you need to make. Okay? I mean, I still don't agree with how she treated her daughter as a mother, especially when you only have one kid. That's a lot to lose. But at the end of the day, yeah, I almost feel like he's not going to renew her contract either. I think it's very suspect because she's a liability for sure, especially just the validity of the strawberry letter and her ability to give. I'm not going to say she can't give good advice, but your advice comes with an asterisk next to it or a question mark because, sis, you are out here operating Fugazi. Just like you said, Ernesto is out here operating Fugazi. You are out here operating Fugazi. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully she's got some sort of pension, Roth IRA, or her investments. But the fact that she has dragged her feet to distance herself, they could very well try to take some of her money. You know what I mean? Like any of his victims, they could sue her personally. You guys, and I know I always bring up Phaedra, but when Apollo was out here doing the most and Apollo went to prison, Phaedra did what? She distanced herself from him immediately because if Apollo had victims and Phaedra has money, she has businesses, then people could sue her because that is his wife, right? She separated herself from him and made sure that whatever he owed to anybody wasn't going to be her problem, right? Shirley should have looked into that a long time ago. That man who's now sitting in jail right now for the Long Island serial killer, his wife did what? He was in jail he hasn't even gone to court yet. Sis already filed for divorce. Now, of course, he's accused of heinous crimes. But at the end of the day, sis is separating herself from him because what she did financially, she could be responsible. Also, maybe she's just like, I don't want to be associated with that. This is a nightmare and I don't want to be called his wife anymore. I get it. Shirley was sitting here in the bushes, still dealing with this guy for a while. Now, granted, she hasn't talked to him since April, but we don't know how he's getting in contact with her. He could be writing her. It could really be over. But at the end of the day, when they came to take her truck, I think that they were sending her a message. Sis, you're under investigation too. You don't want to come in to cooperate. You don't want to talk to us. So guess what? We're questioning everything. At first, we were just focusing on him and the fake lawyer, Ericka Hughley, is cooperating. That's why we gave her all those bonds and he's sitting. Okay. Um, Now we're coming to bother you at the hair salon. To me, that means that she's probably under investigation too. Because if she says she bought everything with her money, that's her vehicle, then they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're coming for your wedding ring. They're trying to make it uncomfortable because they want you to talk. They want you to corroborate what they know. Maybe they want to know who his friends are. I mean, all of those things. And then you guys continue to talk on the phone. And then we hear in the bail hearing that he's talking to the girlfriend. So whenever she didn't know, we know that if we know, she knows. And we learned that in the first bail hearing when the state attorney, Majeski, and the deputy DA, Taylor, both were saying that there were phone calls. He was talking about Abu Dhabi and he was also talking about Florida, right? And we also know from his Instagram feed, he had business in Abu Dhabi, right? He had some investors in Abu Dhabi. Her boss also lives in Abu Dhabi, okay? Or has an apartment in Abu Dhabi. So, what? Okay. The call with Steve, she said her car was in Nesto's business name. Well, okay. A mess. A mess. We're gonna see how this gets handled. I promise you this. Steve Harvey's name comes up again. Shirley might be asked to go on vacation. Who knows? Yes, Phaedra did just that ASAP. And yeah, she was like, oh hell no, you're not touching my good checks that and she also has a law license she has to protect. Sis is a lawyer and her husband is now a felon. And she if the FBI saw fit to say, well, because you know what I mean? The FBI has put real housewives in jail. Okay. There's one that Jen, whatever her name is, um, who's actually just going to jail. Teresa Judice and her husband. Apollo went to jail. You know, they stay in Peter Thomas's business. You know, Peter Thomas always has something going on, right? Um, it's not just because you're a celebrity that if they found something with Phaedra, I think Phaedra would have been where Phaedra needed to be, right? I think Phaedra was clean and whatever Apollo was doing, whatever Apollo was doing. Even if she said, don't tell me anything I don't want to know. If he said, okay, I won't tell you. Remember Apollo's hype. Okay, I won't tell you anything. Apollo was funny. Um, and that was it. So, Crystal, thank you so much for the super chat, sis. I appreciate that so much. I don't think so either, Victoria. It's becoming quite obvious that she either turned a blind eye, she did a Wendy Williams, because Kelvin Hunter was no angel, okay? And he was definitely doing his dirt. He's almost at a who paid that? Well, they said that there was an anonymous donor. Now, could that have been Steve? Could that have been the boy, the investors in Abu Dhabi? Who could that all be the same person? Well, we don't know. Um, we need impersonations every life. It's so funny for me because I've been doing that my whole life. I've always like just try to imitate someone's voice. I don't know. Um, I will definitely do that, J Fox. Thank you. Who paid the eight? I don't know. I don't know. I thought that I had so there's a call in the log. I'll tell you guys this. This is when I picked up that this was not Ernesto. There's two calls that I heard recently. And it's a bail bondsman, but that's not Ernesto. It's somebody else. And I'm going to listen to it again just to verify again because I don't want to muddy the waters. But like I said, there's someone who's using his PIN. They're making calls on his account, and they called a bail bondsman. And I thought that that was his bail bond, but that's not him. Like the voice is so different, and it's not him. And that's what got me kind of like, what is going on here? Who are these people making calls on his account? And that's when I was like, I wonder if he switched up his account so he could talk to people because he knows that the calls, I don't think he would have known because this only just happened, what, if 3-4 weeks ago that calls hit the YouTube streets. But I'm sure as of now, he knows. But I think in that last bail hearing, when he heard not the last one, but the one that took place, I guess, in late June, when they talked about the phone call to Florida and the side chick, the girlfriend, his wife's boss or whatever. He knows then. I would not be surprised if he's just like, absolutely not. I'm not making any more calls. You know what I'm saying? So he knows how to get around the system, right? And of course, the people in Dubai all have deep pockets. I mean, right? So anyway, we'll talk more about this, but this was a great conversation tonight. Not Aunt Esther and Woodrow. Yes. We got to make it a little bit funny, right? Wait, where's Aunt Esther and Woodrow? Girl. Shirley and my man, my man, my man. Okay. She is not playing. That is her man. That's my man, bitch. Okay. She is not playing. All right. Where is it?
That's my man, bitch.
Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. This was a great conversation tonight. Go ahead and hit the like button for me. There's 533 of you guys right now, and we have 185 likes. Anyone who forgot to press the like button or didn't press it yet, if you enjoyed this, you stuck through this whole time, go ahead and hit the like button for me. Elevate the energy. Let me get recommended in the algorithm. I so appreciate it. I think I already shared this video over on my community post. So this video obviously will stay over here. And pretty much we'll do our reactions over here. And then kind of what we did today, as far as like Instagram feeds and stuff like that, deep dives, mostly will be over on Real Talk Bougie and anything else that I drop over there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. All the new subscribers, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you subscribing, and I appreciate all of you going from channel to channel. Just stay posted up on the community posts, because that's where everything is and everything gets dropped into the playlist. So if you feel like you're missing something, it's all going to be there. Hey, Victoria. Victoria says she's new. Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate you so much. Anyway, guys, if you want to see any of the calls or hear them in its entirety that we talked about this evening, go check them out over on Phone Calls from Prison. And if you haven't yet, check out the interview with Phone Calls from Prison. It's in the playlist. We talked to them about 2 weeks ago. And they are a lovely team and sweet people. If you've been over to their chat, you already know this. Go check them out. Check out what they have. They've got many different calls from prison. People who've been out here doing the most, and one of which is Mr. Ernesto, but Alec Murdoch, Susan Smith, amongst others. So they do have many offerings over there. Go check them out. And we'll meet up tomorrow and tie up some loose ends. We'll talk about Jeezy and Jenny tomorrow. We'll pull up Dana Chanel. I'll show you some of the other folk that we have talked about, and we'll stay current on them as well, because there have been a lot of people up to, like I said, up to some shenanigans and doing the most. And we just want to provide awareness, because, you know, people work too hard for their coins to be grifted out of their coins by people who want to drive Rolls Royces and Bentleys and all of those things. If you want to do that, earn it fair and square, but not on the backs of people who go to work every day and try to spend their money wisely and not want to be cheated, right? I don't know what Ernesto was up to out here, but I do think that he must have been doing something, because it's a lot. It's a lot, and I think that he brought himself a lot of attention. And if we saw what we saw in the Instagram feed, I'm sure that people saw what they needed to see in the Instagram feed. I don't doubt it a word, right? Um, at all. Let's see. It could be him. He has taken tons of people's money. Where is all the money? Yeah, where is it? Where is the money? Hey, Tanya D. They both laughed when they said that someone was donating you know what I'm saying? Yes, they did. An anonymous donor, and he giggled. And I think the first thought was, oh, Steve Harvey, but you know what I mean? Like, okay. But now seeing his Instagram feed, and that he was making connections with people in Dubai, and he's got this fetish, you know, or this love for foreign and for G wagons and Bentleys and excuse me, Rolls Royces and Hummers and all kinds of, you know, it seemed to be a reoccurring theme of Rolls Royces, Bentleys, G wagons, and Humvees. That's what I saw, but none of that is cheap. We're talking what, $250,000 maybe the G-Wagon's a little bit less, 150, 100, 150 and up. But all very expensive vehicles, right? Anyway, a mess. Shirley, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Follow the money, right? That's what they always say. Follow the money. Yep. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate you guys who've hit the like button so far. And thank you to the sis for the super chat. Miss Crystal, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys next time.